Hey Raiders, welcome back to another live arena battle video. This video will feature 11 fights and 6 wins, as it's been getting harder and harder for me to get wins as I expected it to get easier. It seems like my method of playing with the tanky champions is getting easier to counter. And as I start experimenting with things, it's not so easy to win with new strategies. So I get Fluke, and Fluke is going to pick, well, I'm going to pick Siphi first. He's going to go Wukong and Ultimate Death Knight. I'm trying to not pick Ultimate Death Knight first now. And as you can see in this first fight, that kind of isn't going to work too well for me. I go Necret, and I'm going to try out Fatalis, as I finally got his masteries done and got him geared how I want him. I'll go with Warlord, as they're not that fast, so if they don't ban him, he's going to put them on cooldown. I think this fight is prior to my re-gearing of Warlord. Now I have Warlord in Stone Skin, so I dropped his speed by 10, dropped his accuracy a bit to put him in Stone Skin. Because basically if I'm facing Taurus, he just has to resist the fear, and the only way to do that is with Stone Skin. So we'll get started, and I'm going to go first, and I don't want to buff with Siphi yet because I know Wukong's going to steal it, so I do anyway. I thought about it though, and then I just buffed. Maybe some people will resist the Wukongs stealing the buffs. Wukong does not have increased attack, so I ally attack into the Rotos to take him out. And I don't do anything with Staltis's AoE on Wukong. I was hoping to take the Wukong out there, and I didn't. Wukong then is able to steal Siphi's Stone Skin. Also, after this, kind of in the middle of these fights, I re-geared Siphi, and I'm trying to still get her resistance up. I'm trying to get Siphi's Ultimate Death Knights, their resistance up, so that Wukong can't steal their Stone Skin. Siphi's been around, I think, 480 is what she was for this fight, maybe 490, and Ultimate Death Knight was around 510, 520, and Wukong is consistently stealing their Stone Skin, so I'm trying to get them closer to 550, 600, somewhere around there. Because I don't want to go with the Protection Awakening on them, Blessing, like I do with some of the nukers. Although maybe I should. So I lose the first battle, get started into the next one, and I get Nom, or Rom, or something like that. I'll go Siphi first. Trying to get back into Siphi because Duchess gets countered by the new couple so well. So they immediately go Wukong and Rotos. I go Ultimate Death Knight. And then need to pick a damager, so I'm going to go Staltis. I'm generally not worried about Staltis being bad affinity to Wukong. So in this battle, I hadn't gotten the 3-star on Staltis yet, but I did get that later today. I don't think there are any fights at the end that have him with the 3-star in it, but I did finally get that. So I think that's a bonus of 650 defense, so that helps a lot. He's up to 77, 7800 now, depending on what tier I'm in Classic Arena. And then I'll go a couple of Stone Skin nukers after that. So what I'm going to try and do, actually maybe, yeah I do. And I'm trying to make him think that Ramontu is a support, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense. But Ramontu is in there to take out the Wukong, but they have 3 revivers, so I guess that was kind of a bad play. And they'll ban the Ultimate Death Knight. Yeah, I left myself vulnerable right there and did a bad play. I mean, it doesn't matter if I stop Wukong's passive if any of 3 can just revive him. So they'll go first with speed, and Wukong's going to strip buffs, including the Stone Skin off Siphi. Man, that is just tough. It's also tough when Wukong goes and puts block buffs on Staltis and he can't buff his defense. So Rotos is going to take out the Siphi. Weak hits on the Staltis, so I still got a shot, but I've also noticed, and actually I noticed during these fights, that almost everyone is putting single or double Stone Skin, usually double, on their Ancoras. And I realized the reason for that is so that when she steals the crowd control debuff from the champion with the highest crit damage, she won't take the debuff. because if you use her independently from Narses, then she won't cleanse the debuff. She only cleanses it if Narses is in the team. So that makes sense. I would like to build her that way on my account, but I also have 3 really good reaction pieces on my account to put her in Bolster. So I'm going to try and keep her in the Bolster right now. She's at 223 speed, and I feel like she's sufficiently tanky, maybe not quite fast enough, but pretty tanky. So I'm going to go Siphi first, and they're going to go Arbiter and Arbice. I'm going to throw up the Helicath and the Stoneskin Arrow, although Stoneskin Arrow is not great against Arbice. I'm probably going to ban the Wukong because Wukong just keeps beating me. And I'll put in the Goffred. I'm going to probably also change Goffred to like a hybrid heavy damager, moderate accuracy from high-ish accuracy and just support. And get him out of the Bolster, and you'll see why later. So I'm going to end up going Duchess here, and then we'll see what they pick. They'll go with Kymar. So I'm going to go ahead and ban the Wukong. I feel like I've got some AoEs in here. That's a fairly squishy team minus the Arbice. So if I can take everybody out but Arbice, then I should do okay with this team. I mean, Trunda probably smacks. But I'm not too concerned that Arrow will get stripped, and really not on Ramontu either. But Siphi's gone. I'm going to wait. Actually, I am going to put up the block damage. Strip them. Go ahead and take out the Arbiter and then kill her again, along with Trunda. Oh, I did actually miss the Trunda. Trunda is going to use her A1 here. I think. She probably still has an AoE left. Yeah, she does. And then I'll finish her off with Helicath. So that was a good win for me. I don't like facing Arbice. So on to the next battle. And it seems like a struggle for me to pull out wins right now. So then I'm going to get a name that I can't even start to say. I'll call him Pim. So I'll go Siphi first. He counters with Harima and Wukong. I'll go UDK. At least Siphi UDK kind of de-incentivizes, I don't know how to say that word, Rotos, but they might still use them. So they'll go Mikage, and they'll go Warlord. So I got to ban the Warlord. I've got 2 Stoneskin Nukers here. And then I'm going to go Duchess. See who they pick last. They're going to go Pythion, so Reviver. They're going to ban my Ramontu, which I'm kind of surprised about. Usually Ramontu does not get banned in my situations because they don't know if he's actually support and I'm just going 1 nuker, so they ban the nuker usually. So I try and sleep the Mikage first just to manage that, but this team is going to eventually break loose on me. I do have all Stone Skin. This is also prior to my Duchess rebuild. My Duchess I rebuilt, so I had her over 300 speed, and I wanted her to keep that speed, but I needed to build up Warlord and Stoneskin, and so I had to steal from both Duchess and Siphi, so both of them needed to be somewhat rebuilt, be kept at their speeds, but now I have to reascend their gear. So I get all stripped off with the Mikage. I still feel like I'm... Well, actually, at this point, I really don't feel like I'm in it. And yeah, I'm done. So yeah, there's no coming back from that. So on to the next battle. I will get Balalaika. I'll pick first, and I'll go Siphi. I really prefer them to pick first, too. I like having the reaction to their first pick, and I always go last. I just... helps me a lot better. Especially since I don't need to pick Siphi first. I want to because she doesn't have any buffs that cause Narses to hit twice. And that becomes an issue later in here, and I thought I was protecting against it, but forgot. So they're going to react with the Duchess and Wukong combination. So this is the point where I do want to go Narses and Ancora, because I just got to be patient and wait until Duchess's second turn, or third if she's in double Stone Skin. And then I get a double hit with Narses. But I don't really want to kill anybody before the second hit. I mean, I could. If she's in Stone Skin, it doesn't matter if I kill somebody early. So then they're going to go speed with Arbiter and Kymar. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I'm going to go with Inithway. I'm getting a little annoyed with this Inithway build. He's about 260 crit damage and 7100, 7300 attack, but he's just not doing enough in Stone Skin. So I'm going to add in the Goffred, and they're going to finish off with the double buff counter, which is Xena. So I'm going to ban the Wukong. We'll get started. I'm not incredibly scared of the Kymar at this point, because I'm using Lightning Cage more often on Stone Skin. So they will go first with Arbiter and then Kymar. And I get slept. And so Narses did not shed the sleep because Inithway has higher crit damage. So I buff up, and Xena doesn't do too much. Also, the timing on buffing up was good, too. So I've got to hold off with the double hit right now. Just A1 into the Stone Skin Duchess. Can't do anything. A1 into the Stone Skin Duchess. Kymar reset, so kind of allows Xena to do a big hit again, which does take out Inithway, and then counterattack kill on Xena. She'll be back. Buff up here, not quite ready to bring Inithway back. And if Arbiter brings back Xena, which she does not, so A1 into the Duchess again. I'll get slept, bring back the Inithway, and now I suspect, yep, there comes the Xena, and hopefully I can take out the Xena with Inithway. I'll actually take her out right there. There's no revive on Arbiter, so this one's about over. They'll leave the battle. So turn order helped me out there a lot. Get the win there, and on to the next battle. Takes a few seconds on this one. Can't really fault the matching system for that, if there's nobody to match with. So I'll get Fatal Hero. I will go first, and I'll pick UDK. So I didn't go Sifi this time, I went UDK. My base team is not really, I'm not confident about it right now. So they go Sifi Duchess, I'm going to go the Ancora and Narses combo. But I pick Wukong right now. And they leave the battle. I don't think they were afraid of Wukong. I think that was a disconnect issue. So, but I'll take the win. I'm happy with that. So I'll go into the next one, and I get Ska. He'll pick first. See who he goes with. He'll go with Taurus. So I'm definitely looking at Ancora Narses. But what order do I want to pick them in? I'm going to go Sifi and then Narses. Between Ancora and Narses, if I need Narses, I'd rather have him first. Because I'd rather not pick Ancora and have them pick Narses, because Narses is also a counter to Ancora's buff. And so they do pick Ancora to block me from having her, and they go Duchess. I'll go Wukong, and we'll see if they have Marichka. So I'll go Warlord, because they look to be rather slow. They'll probably ban the Warlord. And see who they finish off with. I am trying to pick Wukong more often after getting beat by him so much lately, just to counter him by using him. So I'm going to go Helicath and ban their Yumiko. And we'll get started. Nobody's particularly fast in this one, so we'll see who goes first, and it appears to be me. So I go first with Wukong, put up the block buffs. Ancora does not cleanse it off because she does not want to trigger Narses. So that was a smart play by them. I don't want to use the double hit because that'll cause Ancora to cleanse that off. So I take out the Rhonda first. She'll be back. Okay, he tries to go for the Narses and fails. I went with the shield there because I did not want, while Duchess has Stone Skin, I did not want to... Why am I calling that Narses? Mine is Narses, his is Taurus. But I did not want to have block damage up while Duchess was still in Stone Skin. So I win that one pretty easily just because of Narses. They took Ancora, but Ancora was kind of crippled because Narses counters her. It's weird when the partner counters the partner. So I take that victory, and on to the next one. I'll get matched with Blankenside. We'll get started, and I pick Sifi first. They go Wukong and Rotos. A lot of Wukong-Rotos combinations. I'm going to go Ancora and Narses regardless of whether they have the buffs that cause him to hit twice, because his double hitter is not, or his AoE is not affected by Rotos' passive, so you can one-shot Rotos with Narses, which is very helpful. So they're going to go Mikage and Duchess. I'm hoping to rebuild a champion that I have and show him to people later within the next week or so. Not going to say who it is right now, keep that in suspense, who may be a really good Mikage counter. That would allow me to have a lot more confidence when I'm facing Lady Mikage. So they're going to ban the Narses, and this fight's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to ban the Mikage. They've got 2 revivers, and I've got a block reviver in Stone Skin, and his damage is crap. I was talking about it earlier, and I'm not really sure what to do there. So I'm going to sleep the Wukong. I did put them on cooldown. They chose to ban the Narses. It's just, I'm not able to take out the Rotos on the triple hitter, and that's frustrating. I don't know if Wukong would have gone down, but wasn't able to do that. So they're going after the Ancora, not really sure why. She's pretty tanky. I've got my Ancora built pretty tanky, as do most people. Most people I've seen do build her really tanky, whether she's in Stone Skin or not. Mine is in Bolster. So Wukong is able to strip buffs off of the Warlord and put block buffs on him. And I cleanse it with Ancora. I still cannot get that Wukong dead. I'm thinking at this point I'm just going to lose because I can't kill anybody with a Nithway. And there goes Rotos on a Nithway. Bring back the Nithway. Sleep the Wukong again. Heal and buff up a little bit. But they're going after the... Alright, this time I'm going to use the A2 and I'm just going to take out that Wukong. Wukong's got to go. Bye. Alright, so it's down to Rotos, who can still destroy me. Rotos can go off and take out my 2 revivers. And he goes for Nithway, and then Pythion finishes him up. I bring Nithway back. Buff up a little with Ancora. Can't really do anything, just trigger the Rotos. As he counterattacks the Nithway, he'll take out the Sifi, and then steal some health off the Ancora. As this fight just continues to drag on and on. I'll block their cooldowns again, however, Pythion did not get blocked on everything. Trigger the Rotos again. He will kill the Nithway again. I'll bring a Nithway back. And it looks like I'm going to get a shot with a Nithway before Rotos goes. And so hopefully triple hitter will kill him, and it does. So finally got that battle done, and they'll leave the battle. So that was frustrating with the lack of damage I was getting off a Nithway without increased attack. So I'll get Quarvo, who's just into gold 2. And he'll go Warlord first. I am trying to pick Warlord more often, as my default team may go more towards Sifi Ancora Warlord or Sifi Ancora Ultimate Death Knight. And I'm trying to stay away from Necret because besides protecting someone for a very long time, Necret can be countered pretty easily. Wukong counters him. Narses counters him. So I really don't want to do Necret right now. So they're going to go speed with Georgid And they've got Ancora and Narses in there, and I gotta ban the Warlord. And here I thought I didn't bring anybody who has Bolster, and I was wrong. Goffred has Bolster, and I need to get that off of him. I'm going to rebuild Goffred as a Stone Skin Damager because I do have 2 Stone Skin accessories. They're on Tormund right now. They initially were on him for his support, but I'm going to build him in probably Savage or Lethal in Stone Skin, and he'll be a Flex Damager. Strip with the Wukong, but Narses is going to go and he's going to pop us all. And that's a problem with my gearing right there. I thought I didn't have Bolster on anybody, and I had it. I had it on Goffred. And Narses ignores Goffred's passive, so Narses is a really great pick versus Goffred. So I'm able to start taking him out, but I don't think I win this battle. I think Georgid finishes me off. I think if that one had not weak hit, I might have had a shot, but maybe not through strengthen. So tried to take out the Georgid, and he's gonna, I think, yeah, he'll use a single target hit, and then he'll finish off the Wukong. So I think that was mostly because I forgot about Goffred. Then I'll get Erigdouche, and he will go with Sifi first. I'll counter with UDK. And who do I want to pick next? I think I'm going to go Warlord. Yeah, I do go Warlord. Now that I have Warlord in Stone Skin, maybe I should get him out of Sheep Polymorph. Even though Stone Skin can be stripped, I might take him out of Polymorph. So they're going to go Yumiko and a +4 Leorius. So looking at that like, okay, I don't even have 1 Leorius. I'll use Ramontu and I'll use Wukong. They'll go Rhonda and Kymar, and I think I'm pretty well countered here. We're going to probably each ban the cooldowns champions. Unless he might ban my Duchess, I don't remember. Because he's definitely going to go first. He bans my Warlord. So with Sifi Kymar, he'll go first, and we'll see how this goes. Sifi buffs up, and right there I was thinking, oh, too bad I don't have my Xena in this battle. Xena would have been pretty good in this battle. But I'm doing okay so far. Except right there, that's the downside of Ramontu's passive, is that he doesn't put up block passive skills before things like triggering Rotos' passive and triggering Leorius' passive. So Wukong's back, and now he's gone again. And I don't know that I'm going to get a... Okay, I do bring him back with Duchess, but they're going to get smacked down again. Yeah, and Duchess is gone, and then the double hitter. So, yeah, that's a loss there. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this one. Even though Wukong's coming back, I'm just going to take off. So, I'll get my last fight into the day, and I get Super PQ. He will pick first and go with Sifi. So I will counter with Ultimate Death Knight and Warlord. They'll go Shuzen and Georgid. And then I'll go Goffred. And I go Ramontu. So I don't have a Reviver. By going Goffred, I really lost my opportunity to get a Reviver. I'm going to ban that High Elf. I have not seen him in action, but I've looked at his kit, and he is tough. I am not even going to try that. He's extremely fast. So goodbye, Mythical, whatever your name is. And again, I'm going to have to face a Rotos. So Shuzen, Rotos, Georgid combos, trios are actually pretty common when they have Shuzen. When they have those champions, they really like to use them. So that triggers the block damage. And Rotos got an extra hit there. I did not... That Sifi is pretty resistant, so she's going to be able to bring somebody back. Rotos doesn't get much against Ramontu. I'm going to go for the stun, but Rotos isn't going to stay stunned unless I kill the Sifi. Heal up a little bit. Kill the Georgia, double smack, and they're gone. So that was a good win to finish it off. Strangely, I do okay against that trio. So yeah, did alright on that. And I'm not going to burn the last 4. In any case, hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.